Come take a sip with me, SJB Coffee Connoisseur, as I do something a little different. Let's call this a tea talk with my buddy, Director of Procurement, Akila Johnson. We are at Honey Bee Sage Wellness and Apothecary in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is maybe my second tea experience and my first here. This was by far my favorite tea experience, and I'm very happy to have shared it with Akila. Akila is quite the tea expert and very well versed in a lot of other things. We're at Honey Bee. So stay tuned, get your tea ready for an interesting new tea talk. Out in Milwaukee. And this is something different for me because usually I like to do coffee. But I was very intentional about this because I know Akila doesn't really mess with coffee, but messes with tea heavy. So first question, what is it that you do for a living?
I'd be great and I'd be wonderful. Yeah, so I work for a brewer, a brewing company here in Milwaukee, and I am the director of IT and G&A procurement.
Oh, cool.
So what does that mean? I negotiate contracts for the organization, lead transformational projects, and kind of manage the total procurement financial value for the company. I was born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri. My career has taken me to live in a lot of different places, so found out that we have in common that we both lived in Idaho.
All places.
Around the same time. I was in Idaho Falls and we were in Pocatello.
Yeah.
I was working for a potato manufacturing company out there, making dehydrated potatoes, still in procurement. I've lived in Topeka, Kansas. I've lived in Memphis, which is where I consider it to be a second home to me. Maybe it, but I've traveled all over for work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been able to find tea communities wherever you have landed?
Not so much. Now, when Teavana was a brand,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can find them anywhere in
Right.
the mall and be fine and nestled in very quickly. What I have started to see is a surge of high-end restaurants having a very sophisticated tea library. So when you ask for the tea, they don't just have green or black, right? So you have an array of options. They have a nice little setup for you, and you do feel like, I'm in my tea community.
Yeah. Okay. How did you get into tea, and why are you not a coffee person?
Yeah, so I mean, coffee is a very bitter drink.
Okay.
When I was younger, to be grown, to have that adult kind of a vibe, I would have grandmothers, aunties, they would drink coffee and I would be at the table drinking. They would put all the sugar and things in there.
Yeah.
I would act as though I liked it.
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted to be at the table with the adults, but I've never really liked it. So it's too bitter for me, even with all of the creams and the sugars and all that stuff. The base note of it is that caffeine, which is very bitter for me. I don't like that. However,
Yes.
I love tea.
Yeah.
Because you can mix and match, and I'm sure you can do the same thing with coffee, right? You can
Sure.
mix and match.
Yeah.
But I can still have something from a base note that is bland, but then I can add flavors on top of it. So it's like gumbo. It's like making gumbo.
Ooh, I like that comparison. I don't think I've heard that comparison in the coffee world at all.
Yeah. No, it's just my happy place. So I used to go to Teavana a lot.
Okay.
So that was when I became introduced to flavored teas a lot more.
Yeah.
My mom has always drank green tea.
Okay.
And then sun tea, I know that's probably before your time.
Sun tea? No, I don't know about sun tea.
All right. So back in the day.
Yeah. Tell me more.
You would get a huge jug, like a glass jug of water.
Okay.
And you would put some tea bags in there, and you would put it out.
Oh, I got you. Yes.
You can
Okay.
add your lemons to that or whatever your fruit is, and use your sugar. So sun tea was also good. So it was basically like a charged, beverage for you.
Right.
I drink tea definitely in the evenings.
Okay.
Before I'm going to bed. So a nice flavored tea, chamomile, Earl Grey. If I go out to dinner, I will definitely get a tea to help me wind down from all the food that I've just eaten. Yeah, so I do. I have a coffee, not a coffee pie. I call it a tea pie.
Yeah, yeah.
Right there on my countertop. I always have tea pies. You know how some people have like that coffee pot on their countertop?
Yeah.
No, I never did anything with it.
So this is really valuable to have conversations with tea folks, because when we talk about coffee, we're usually talking about, oh, this is what wakes me up. This is what starts off my day. But now we're talking about, this is how I wind down. This is like, you talked about tranquility earlier this morning. Mm-hmm. It's like something tranquil.
Yes.
What's your favorite tea, and does that put you in that kind of space?
I don't really have a favorite tea. It's like with the mood.
Okay.
You know, so if people, like if I go to a restaurant and they have like the box with the tea flavors in there, I take time and I study the library.
No way!
Yeah, because I have to have a base, like a green tea, a black tea, a red tea, something like that. That's the base.
Okay.
And I need to figure out what flavor tea am I going to add on.
They have these options like this?
Oh, they have like these really bougie, like wooden boxes, and it has like all the different flavor of the teas there.
Okay.
And I'm like, do you have tea? And they're like, yes. And I have a water pot, and it's nice. And then I get to choose 2 or 3 different tea bags.
Okay.
And then I'll ask for some honey and some lemon or lime.
Stop. Okay, so we've learned something new.
Yeah, you can also like take this little stir and like press in so you can get all the juice out, but you probably don't have it. Yeah, see?
Oh, teach me something. It looks like greens a little bit.
It looks like greens.
Greens and some garlic or something.
Yeah.
It smells really good.
Smell it.
That smells really good.
Which one did you choose?
I already forgot. It was a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, you had the one to help with your respiratory. And keep in mind, there's no lemon, there's no honey in there. You can add it. I can drink tea with or without it. So I do have a sewing machine. I have a balcony garden.
Ooh.
So I didn't get into that until I moved here.
Okay.
So I'm using grow bags, strip bags, the whole 9. Everything is fully organic. So I have Swiss chard, kale, collard greens, 3 different types of peppers. So jalapeno, Siberian peppers, and bell peppers, carrots, radish, and lettuce.
Oh my goodness.
So I
Okay.
had this year. Now it's carrot season, so I'm rotating some things. It's another season for your leafy green veggies.
Okay.
And another couple of seasons out of my leafy green vegetables.
Wow.
And so what I was showing you was I made some pepper sauce.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a way for me to preserve my peppers from the season.
Yeah.
And it goes on vegetables.
Got you.
So like greens and things like that. It really does elevate it, gives it a nice kick and some flavor since you have that garlic in there. So I love it. Queen Afua has a couple of teas that you have to like steep these overnight.
Wow.
They don't taste super good. They're very bitter, but they have a medicinal property to it. So the more bitter the tea, the better it is for like your organs. It's called Sunrider. It's based out of California, so they have like a green tea or some tea options. They come in bags, so we'll drink those. But deep leaf tea, loose leaf tea, no, I haven't found anything here in Milwaukee until right now. So that's an experience for me. I would like for it to be like a calm, something where I'm not, moving through people rushing to get somewhere. No, I'm sitting there. I'm intentional because I want to taste the flavors and I want to feel it. So if I'm drinking tea at work, whether I've had a good day or a bad day, my door is closed because I don't want to be interrupted by the noise of the world. I want to savor and sit with my tea.
I enjoyed my time getting to know Aquila, and I definitely enjoyed the tea. Give Honeybee a shot and make sure to follow us on all platforms.